Going live. Hey everyone, Hybrid Toy Reviews here with another episode of Talking Toys with the Boys. I have my co-host, 212 Hunter.
How's it going?
And we are joined by Blitz Transmissions.
What's up, guys? What's going on?
How you doing? How you doing?
Amazing. How about yourself, my sweet boy?
Pretty good. Pretty good. So we had today a great Pulsecon live stream. I will openly say I will call myself out. I was not expecting anything. Pulsecons in years priors have been limited. There's not they go light. Last year it was Balin and Shin and a Sabine helmet, So yep. I was the guy trying to take the wind out of everyone's sails and saying, guys, don't make a top 10 figure list. There's not going to be 10. And then there was 10. But I guess initially before we get too far into that, all of my reviews, I film them up to a week before they go out. So I wasn't able to acknowledge in any of my videos this week because they were already up and posted. But on Monday, we did tragically lose James Earl Jones, and just wanted to acknowledge that and thank him for being the voice of my childhood. So, but
that one was tough to hear.
Oh yeah, that I'm glad that he worked with Disney and let them do the AI Vader voice.
Yeah.
Because that's legacy right there. No one else should ever be Vader. And I think that they have done the right thing there.
Yeah, absolutely.
But acknowledging and thanking the GOAT. And now it is time to move into Pulsecon, gang.
Oh man.
So just before we show, were y'all happy with the stream?
Yeah, well, I mean, Hunter and I were live calling. The last couple times there's been a half-hour stream, Hunter and I just both end up being off work. So yep. we were on the phone while it was live, and we were hooting and hollering, I will say.
Yeah. They like to do these streams when the common man is working their Monday, Friday, 9 to 5 gig. So
yeah.
I usually have to be sneaky. I usually have to find a little place to hide at work for a 20-minute, YouTube live session.
Well, it doesn't help when it was delayed by 25 minutes either,
Yeah. I actually had a chance because my boss and I were going to a job site today, and we got in the van to leave right at 2. And I was like, oh, great. I get to actually watch it. And he's going to be chill. I'll just have my phone up to my ear and look at the pictures, when they say that there's something new. And I pull it up, and it's Magic the Gathering, which was cool in high school, but I haven't played it in a number of years. and it was just the whole 20-minute drive there. It was just Magic the Gathering. And I was like, I guess they're not doing this at 2. And apparently it started right when I turned off my stream. But I caught the recap on the drive home, and then there was some cool stuff.
I always wondered why they film on a Friday during the middle of the day, but if you think about it, it does kind of make sense. Them as a company, you got guys just, they're at work, and then this is kind of their fun.
Yep.
This is their fun, end of the week. We do it on a Friday at noon, and then we have a pizza party afterwards, call it a day, and then it's the weekend.
True.
So yeah, I can see why.
Yeah. And, but still, I mean, it was weird because they actually had a Q&A session where they were letting people in the comments send in questions, and then after they got thousands of death wishes for TVC not getting as many figures as Black Series, there was 2 questions in there that they were able to pick out. And
Hunter and I were meandering around the chat a little bit, and it's just the entire thing is just brain rot.
Right when it was about to start, before I started at work, I did throw in it's time for the vintage collection to end, the Black Series supremacy, and it was just poking an anthill. I saw my chat immediately shot up 100 messages, it had been going really slow during the Magic segment, and then it was gone. It took off. But it was pretty good.
It's like people from different fandoms calling each other out too.
Yeah,
right.
Dude.
It's like people that are from Transformers being, just what a loser,
Dude, there was one
D&D
guy
and all.
He's like, man, look at all these virgins. Where's the Transformers at?
Yeah, it's like, bro.
It's like when you're like playing Battlefront 2 with the gang and like everyone's just happy to talk about Star Wars, and then someone's like, "Hey, look at this Power Ranger I bought this week."
You know, it's what is Cad Bane saying? Isn't that the Quacta calling the Stifling slimy?
So, all right, I'm gonna pull up. We are going to show. We're going to go through roughly to what I can remember was the order. All of the photos I'm going to be sharing were posted by toyark.com, and they actually did start by just reminding us about the battle droid on Stapped. Did you guys pick this one up?
I sure did. You better believe I did. Right at well, actually, it's funny because I was recording a podcast at 4 when this dropped with my brother Logan, and we're about 15 minutes into the podcast, and I go, "Oh no!" And I went and I checked, and thankfully, like it didn't go out of stock, because Hasbro actually planned out the stock for this. I picked this up. I was really, really excited about. Hunter and I were excited about the articulating flight stand.
Oh yeah,
that surprised me. I was not anticipating that.
Yep,
it's like a 360 ball joint too. You can lean him back, lean him forward, and you can like angle to the side. It's awesome.
I'm looking right now, and it is still listed as in stock from Hasbro Walls.
Good.
So that is really, really good to see. And we got Landspeeder Luke here. How you doing, Luke? He can't wait. He can't wait to repaint this blue for the Clone Wars. I'm gonna do you one better. I can't wait for Hasbro to release the repainted blue one, because
that'd be cool.
There's no way that they're not going to repaint. It's Hasbro.
Yeah, and to Luke's question there, I also got charged for mine. So yes, that does mean that it's going to ship probably within the next couple days.
Yep, I also got charged. Mine was weird. I paid with PayPal because it was giving me issues with credit cards, which I saw Mike Case posted the same, that it wouldn't let him check out until he paid with PayPal.
Do you use MasterCard?
Yeah, MasterCard, yeah.
Oh,
that's the problem.
Oh, is there like a...
They have an issue. They have an issue with MasterCard, but if you have like Visa, you're good.
Gotcha. Well, I got a MasterCard, so I checked out with PayPal, but it was weird. After I made my order, I got the email, with my order number, and then I got the email, and it didn't pop up on my PayPal account, and it didn't pop up on my orders on Pulse. And my last order was my mall speeder, but like 2 hours later, it finally popped up, and so I was just like, is it bugging or something?
Actually, I had the same issue when the mall speeders came out. Remember, I ordered 2 sets of 3 because I wasn't sure if the one went through, but it's just the app. I don't know what's wrong with the UI on their latest, that when they revamped the website and the app, I absolutely hate it because I've just been having so many issues with the quality of the service that I never had before. So
right.
I don't know what the issue is here.
I did end up getting 2 steps because I wasn't going to originally because I'm trying to save for ICC, but then I forgot that I had money in my PayPal account that I could use. So I used that and got 2 of them. And I don't know about you guys, but for the last time I ordered the mall on the Bloodfin and then the Staps this time, it said an error when I checked out both times. It said it errored out and that I had to restart. But then I check my email and I get order confirmation. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's a website thing. And I do mine on the app. Just
same.
My phone is what I have handy. And I have Visa, and it makes me put my card information, even though it has my card saved, it makes me put all my card information in again. Or it'll give me an error. I don't know what the deal is.
That's why I just use PayPal, because that's a pop-up and I can just sign in and hit confirm.
Oh, dude, Titter. What's going on, dude?
What's going on, man?
Yo.
So, anyway, long story short, it worked out, but wouldn't be a Hasbro release if there wasn't an issue.
Yeah.
So, that is what they like to do.
I like that they put articulation on that top head part, too, where the guns are and where the handlebars are.
Yeah.
I thought it would have been a solid piece, but they actually made that top part articulate, you can aim the guns down and stuff.
Right.
It's pretty cool.
This guy just looks awesome, just posed up on there and
angled a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I really like about it too, because like Hybrid, you and I both have the old like Hasbro 3 3/4 inch stap that we put Black Series
Oh yeah.
battle droids on. The thing that I like about this version though is it's bigger. Obviously, it's slightly bigger, but also the flight stand is taller. Because right now with the flight stand, that little flight stand, when I have them next to like my battle droids, you know, the Black Series ones, they're like over 6 inches tall.
Oh yeah, that's basically the head height of one standing.
Yeah, so like it doesn't even like if you have them like in like your little army in a display, it's almost like the stap is completely engulfed and like hidden by all the battle droids. You can't even see it. Right. So I'm excited about the official like Black Series one being taller.
Right. So to point out real quick what Hunter was saying, the Phantom, the stap they made for the Phantom Menace movie back in '99 was huge. It was way too big for 375 scale. It's a little small for Black Series, but it's closer to 1/12 than 1/18. So, and you can pick them up at cons loose for like $5, and then they repainted it blue for Clone Wars. This is a '99 sculpt that they released in 08. So I was picking them up because I was like, there's no way Hasbro will ever do it. It's like anytime I make a custom of a figure or anything, it's
and then they do it right away.
So I mean, it worked out. But
now,
Peter Luke, do we ever see any other characters ride the brown stap?
I don't believe so.
Yeah.
So and they weren't even a big thing in Phantom Menace. Like they were just kind of there.
They were just a vehicle. Yeah.
You see them like going down the streets of Naboo, like when they're invading and stuff like that, or on like the plains of Naboo, you know, when they're fighting the Gungans.
You probably see them just kind of like as much as you do as the Bark Speeder in Revenge of the Sith. Like it's just a vehicle that exists.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It was just a vehicle, and I'm with you, Luke. That they have a beautiful sound.
I also like that the battle droid has that unique deco on the backpack. It just, you know, makes it feel for me just that much more exclusive and unique from the rest of my battle droids on the shelf.
Yeah. So I haven't seen this yet.
I'll pull it up.
I heard you say something about it, but I didn't see it.
So it's not hugely noticeable, but it is nice that it's there. Let me switch over to the Hasbro page. It's this little black decal on the top of the backpack.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it's not it goes away when you make it big. But I mean, it's not a revolutionary game changer here. I mean, it comes with everything that every other battle droid comes with. You know, it's got the blaster,
right,
the backpack, and it even has the other antenna thing, to where you don't even have to have the. It's purely a backpack item.
Yeah,
but and I think the weathering on this is different too. Actually, kind of looking at it,
it is definitely unique. Yeah,
it's not like how, because all the other tan battle
silver
droids,
paint.
But they had the same scuffs everywhere.
Yeah.
We either had the real clean ones in the Clone Trooper Battle Droid Battle Pack, or we had the same weathering. And so this is actually a unique weathering pattern too.
I mean, I like battle droids being, you know, different weatherings, you know, like, because to me it just makes sense. It's like, oh, that's just an older model. It's just seen more combat. It's been used more, you know, and then like these are brand new, you know. So I like seeing the different weathering.
Tommy might be aware of this, and if not, I'm sure your dad Bly does know that when the Phantom Menace came out in that original action figure line, there was 4 variants of battle droid.
There were 3. I have all of them.
And weren't they there was different battle damage where they had different blast marks?
You want me to go grab them?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, I was about to start plucking them off the wall.
Yep. And if memory serves, I thought they were all in the same wave, and they were packed at random. So if your Walmart or Kmart put one case, whatever you got was whatever you got. And
so if you were like a casual collector and you didn't know that there were different versions, you would assume that there was only one.
Right.
So there were 4. 3 were in the regular tan, and then 1 was a darker tan than the rest.
Mm-hmm.
So you got your. Let me try it. So this one is probably the cleanest of them. He's just got the black weathering just at the joints.
Mm.
Okay. and they
That's
all
like the Black Series.
the packaging on them is all exactly the same, like other than
Oh,
the
okay.
figures themselves. Then there's this one who has some like very bright silver like carbon scoring and blast effects in addition to the black weathering.
Yep.
That's cool.
And then there's this guy who has some like black striping across the chest in that like weathering decal.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
I remember that one in particular being very filthy.
Yeah, and he's got some different carbon scoring in the bright silver. And then there's this one, which is really, really dirty. He's like a way darker tan than the rest of them. And
Oh,
just
wow.
for reference, so I'll show you side by side. He's a lot darker than the other ones.
Yeah, that one never made it out of the swamp. They found him a few years later.
Yeah, so those are the 4 variants of the original Phantom Menace Battle Droid.
Right, and they
Very
were
cool.
weren't they all like they were? I see Bly's popped in. We got a textbook Skibbity. And but weren't they all in the same wave, Bly? Like I don't think they were.
They were all just randomly, like almost like chase variants in a way. They were all just randomly.
Yeah. So. Do you have the original Stap in packaging? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Was that Phantom Menace?
It was.
I did.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I got one at ICCC last year, and I actually had the one that they referenced for the packaging on this Pulsecon.
That's cool.
And I opened it, like whatever they're.
Oh, here's your confirmation from Bly.
Not all dropped at the same time, so it was like there was a battle droid in every wave. I thought they were random packed.
It was like McDonald's toys.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to ask with that original packaging. I've seen it before. I remember it being much more like black and green. Like, or am I wrong?
There was a version, I think, that they dropped before the movie came out.
Okay.
And it was like the, you know how they do like San Diego Comic-Con, like the First Order Trooper before the movie came out.
Yeah.
It was kind of like that sort of a thing where it's like, hey, here's a cool new character and vehicle you can see in the new Star Wars movie. And it was in the packaging scheme of the black and green you see for Power of the Force.
Power of the Force. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, wasn't it like Power of the Jedi or something? Or
Power of the Jedi was, there was Power of the Jedi was like right around Phantom Menace.
Well, because I was always confused because I'd only ever seen that packaging for the Stap. And then when I saw the one that they were making for Pulsecon and I saw the packaging that they went with, it was like the packaging shape's the same, but the deco on the box is different. And I'm like, they must have released a different one that I've never seen before.
Right. But no, and I've seen they used to do the random figures, like they did like a Mace Windu before Phantom Menace came out, like a special square box, and like for like Attack of the Clones, I've seen like they did like Zam Wessel came out as a promo figure, and I think Dexter, Jetster, and a clone trooper, and then like for Episode 3 they just went all out and they were like, have General Grievous early.
Yeah, literally.
Which would be cool. Now that would be like the way to get kids amped.
Speaking of General Grievous, this Stap with the battle droid would be kind of a cool item to get Matthew Wood to sign one day.
Would be cool.
Yeah. Mace was a mail away. There we got Bly, our resident boomer, retro Star Wars
Resident boomer
confidant. I'm gonna hear about that later. So. A boomer in the skibbidiest of ways.
Yes, skibbity boomer.
So, all right. So anyway, they recapped about the Stap, and I'm amped to get mine.
Mm-hmm.
So they showed off. This was previously pipeline. This
Yawn.
Yep.
Pass.
Prince Scissors. Prince Scissors from some comic book that no one gave a shit about. So it was Heir to the Empire, right?
Shadows of the Empire, I believe, was a novel that came out.
Yeah.
In the late 90s.
And you know, again, for a random alien guy I don't care about, you know, they put some work into him. I'll acknowledge that. People also pointed out he also uses the Book of Boba Fett Luke legs. So, yep.
I say
Luke.
Dude, it looks really good, I will say.
I gotta say, and I'm almost tempted to buy this as just a generic Black Sun member for my Clone Wars display, because
Yeah.
I love how they did the soft goods on the arms so that those
Yeah,
ribbons can just be
draping
posed
down.
any which way you pose the arms, the
Yeah.
ribbons will still flow down. I like that.
I'm trying to think, aren't there Jedi that struggle with that where like the sleeves look like crap because they're like plastic? And then it's like when you put the arm up, the thing looks like it's draping down. I'm thinking, is the
Yeah.
archive Anakin like that?
Attack of the Clones Jedi as well. Like, I don't like to pose them with their lightsabers up.
Yeah. Yeah.
A rare showing of soft good support from Land Speeder Luke.
I mean, he's right. It does make sense. I mean, you're talking like little ribbons. It's not like you're talking the whole outfit, you know?
And he actually also just pointed out one that I can show off too. She's still hanging on my desk, but Mon Mothma. Like,
oh yeah, hers is terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mommy Mothma.
But no, and joking aside, Luke, it's not for me. It's going to be a pass. But
Same.
I'm okay with the EU fans catching a bone here and there. I know people have been asking for him in Dash Rendar for a while. I've actually played Jedi Academy 2, I think it was. It was a yard sale PC game pickup like a couple months ago, and I was just like, okay, like for a quarter, I'm going to play this Star Wars game. Didn't finish it. It's all right. It was cool. I would probably pick up Dash.
But, actually, I was gonna Dash. I think Yakface posted the Dash is coming today.
Yeah, that it's like that he's got access to like a rumor for it, which is cool. So, and these would be a good pairing, like Prince Scissors and Dash. So
yeah, I was gonna say like if he was in a game, the games that came out where like he would have been in it, dude. Like all of us, like me and Hybrid, would have been like 3 years old, if that. Like the first game that ever came out that I can ever remember for a Star Wars game was Battlefront, the first game. And dude, I didn't play that until probably 2006. So
my first video game was also my first Star Wars game. It was 2007. My dad brought home a used GameCube that he had gotten somewhere, and it was Star Wars Rogue Squadron 2. And no one ever talks about Rogue Squadron 2, but it was super fun. I have just insanely fond memories of it. And the gaming greats not covering that is trash. So, although we have, I guess at this point, like it was basically just Luke and Wedge and pilot gear. So we do have those. But Snowspeeder Wedge would be cool. Yeah, Luke, build out your Shadows of the Empire collection. Look for more Star Wars figures, including Luke, Leia, and Dash, each sold separately. That's the description for Caesar on Pulse. Okay, so they fumbled the ball and they tripped themselves up here. That's cool. So
I would like to see like maybe I'll have to say something to the Monday Night Figure Bowl guys, but like I would like to see them talk about like Shadows of the Empire, maybe just like summarize it. Because bro, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna play the game and I ain't reading the book. But if they want to like, talk about it, like that'd be cool because I literally know nothing about Shadows of the Empire.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool if someone did like a YouTube like motion comic kind of thing, like where they just narrated through the panels, whatever. Of course, they'd immediately get copyright stricken, I'm sure. But I mean, I would go for like a good like in-depth recap like that.
Would be cool.
Yeah, and I mean, and the other thing is like I've picked up the comic book Luke and Leia so far. I mean, if they're cool outfits, I'll snag them. I mean, I can that Leia that they did from the more modern Marvel comics. I was just like, that just looks like a good Leia outfit, and it had a great likeness. So I even though I don't read them.
Well, with those, it's cool if it's a character that's also a character outside of that media.
Yeah,
when it's like the media specific characters, it's like, yeah, they look cool, but like I have no idea who it is. Like, example A.
Right. The other interesting thing here is they've put him in a purple Shadows of the Empire like mainline box.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Pretty cool.
Does this mean that they're doing away with the comic fold open boxes? Because that's where I would assume he would have originally been put.
I think for this one, it's more that it's just. Like, I think with Joru Sabayoth, I think you need the other characters with him, and that was a good opportunity for them to use a lot of reuse, give you a 4-pack. With this, I think there's enough people that just want Prince Shizor that would buy him by himself. You know what I mean? Whereas Joru, I feel like he doesn't have enough appeal on his own for most collectors to get him.
All right. Luke says that they've done a new color for publishing. So it's just going to be all purple ones are published. So they've done away with that.
Yeah.
PNC. Because I wasn't even talking the 4-pack. I was just saying how like the Leia came in a single pack or how Carnor Jax.
Well, it's not. Well, didn't they say Shadows of the Empire is a novel and not a comic? So it wouldn't be in comic book packaging. It would just be probably in this packaging because it was for the novel.
Yeah.
I could see that. So, but yeah, I mean, he looks cool. It's not my thing, but for those that want him, I am happy that you're getting him, unironically. So,
bro's skipping over a lot here.
Well, they put the photo as the helmet. Like everything's in order except for the helmet. They randomly.
Oh, okay, I see.
I'm bouncing down. I'm bouncing down to the good stuff. I'm gonna let the cloner brain rot take over,
bro.
Couldn't believe
it, dude. I was like yelling when this got shown off, dude.
I was not expecting it so soon after it just got pipelined.
I kind of was with the factory leak because that meant that they've made him like he is at this point. He is sitting on a pallet in a warehouse somewhere. He's not being ran through the machines. He's done. And,
okay, I hear you, but what about Savage Opress though?
That's the other thing. We didn't see Savage here, and spoiler alert for the end, they didn't pipeline anything. I figured if we didn't see him, he would be pipelined, and neither happened. But
watch him just get shown off tomorrow. Like he just gets. It's going to be on Yak tomorrow night.
Hotmail.com reveals.
The Astro Pulse MySpace page at exclusive. But they're going to run it on a commercial break in between music videos on MTV. We got Commander Bly with the "Where Are My Galactic Marines?" They have to be,
dude.
Make sure to tune into the new Colgate commercial tomorrow at noon to see Savage Opress Black Series reveal.
The halftime show of tomorrow's WNBA match will be Galactic Marines and Savage Opress. Oh man.
I already pre-ordered one. I'm getting one, and even though I'm a cloner, it's not going to be as a Bakara. I want it for a Battlefront 2 heavy like rocket trooper display.
I pre-ordered this as well. This was, especially being on the 2023 Clone Trooper buck, this was an instant pre-order for me too.
Easy. Yep. I had it in my mind. I was like, I wonder who's going to get to it first, Vales or Hasbro. And I've been pleasantly shocked by Hasbro on this one. It feels like a reach, There's so many other. I mean, I guess they've hit most of the commanders at this point, but I'm glad that they got to him. Like he looks so good, and just that unique helmet looks amazing. There was a little bit of debate in the group chat today. I know where everyone kind of stands on it. What do you think? Are we going to have a clone head under there?
No,
I don't think so. Because unlike the other clone helmets, there's not a whole lot of reuse options for this here, And even if there's not a single clone with this helmet design that removes their helmet in notable Star Wars stuff. So I don't see this helmet being removable.
That I'm in a middle ground. Like I'm not wanting it. I'm not asking for it. But it wouldn't shock me if they just put a blank clone head under there. I mean, I'm painted because they've all been painted lately.
For sure.
But we've never seen him unhelmeted. We don't know what his hairstyle is. I'd say we don't know what he looks like, but I'd reckon probably like Tamura Morrison. But but like it's I mean, if they did it, cool. I don't have any of my clones unhelmeted on the shelf, so it's not like a selling point.
In my opinion, if they did it, it would have to be like a Captain Rex head sculpt unpainted, something that doesn't have that tall, flat top haircut, because looking at the top portion of the helmet, that haircut on like a head sculpt could not fit inside that helmet, or at least if you did stick it in there, the helmet wouldn't be sitting as low as it is.
Yeah, maybe he's got the Commander Greed double buzz mohawk going on.
Yeah, the number 11.
Yep.
I seriously hope there's none in there because I can't stand the removable helmet. I would love to see it be a solid helmet. Be the first one since what? Bly?
Yeah. Since or Bly or Fox. I think Fox might have been after Bly. They came out very close to each other.
I think Bly was the last one.
Yeah. But,
It's like the last good-looking clone helmet was Bly.
Right. And the thing is, if it's removable, it doesn't look too big. Like
if it is removable, they've done a good job on the proportions, I will say.
Well, because you have so much extra bulk to make it hollow on the inside.
True.
Right?
Very
That's
true.
The other thing, too, is you've got so much going on. I mean, you don't realize, like Tommy said, the bulk with the flaring of the helmet and the cheeks. Well, then you got the other thing going. I mean, this strap adds bulk to the torso and everything. I mean, you're beefing up everything to where it won't stand out as much. So I'm not counting on it, but it's Hasbro. It would be, like you said, the first one since Bly. And so are they going to break the trend? I don't know.
I like the soft goods comma too. I think the soft goods comma was the right option because then you're not screwing up your leg articulation.
Yep. Soft goods for commas will always reign supreme for me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, wasn't the thing they were talking about on Monday night football stream or figure ball stream? When they do the hard plastic comma, it's for Clone Wars characters.
Yeah.
So like your ARC troopers but like if they do a realistic version, it has soft goods.
Right.
Really interesting. I'm gonna have to look at that.
We got Pletho here. How you doing? To all the verified cloners out there. And honestly, I think Hunter's right because we got
you do have Wolf and Rex, but they're like realistic versions.
Wolf, Rex, and Fox all have soft goods commas.
Okay.
So I don't necessarily agree with that sentiment. I think for the new Captain Rex figure, we saw that from the factory leak that has a hard plastic comma. That's because the holsters are sculpted to the comma on that figure.
Yeah, okay. So that's what they were talking about for that was with the Clone Wars for like the ARC troopers, there's parts on that are like the extra magazines and stuff are like on the comma, and then they have like they also have like extravagant designs on them where like these are just a single color. So when you do that, you can just do a fabric comma.
Because you know when like old toys when you were a kid, they would do like the really shitty, like almost like a decal on the soft goods, and then it would peel off over time.
It would peel off like
I'd much rather them do the sculpted plastic if it's because of the design.
Agreed.
100%.
I will say, I guess talking about the leak, I don't have that photo ready to pull up. I'm not sure that I like that on that phase one because it's just longer. It's just longer like holsters.
I'm not a fan.
I don't know that I like it. I mean, I would rather have my articulation, like on commas in particular. I get the the land speeder Luke soft goods versus rubber debate for cloaks and stuff because the plastics lay nicer. It's just weird for articulation. But if you're not dynamically articulating, it don't matter. But like you're never gonna get that Rex in like a splayed leg, pose while he's dual wielding.
I also understand doing the hard plastic for clothing that's very textured when it's got a very specific look to it that it's very hard to emulate in soft goods. I am also okay with losing some articulation to make it look accurate.
Yeah.
Right. Like Clone Wars Obi-Wan's a perfect example.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like that Black Series. Yep.
Yep. So this was great. But on to our next one.
Dude, I lost my little mind when I saw this beautiful figure revealed.
Yeah. I when they pipelined it, I spazzed.
Same.
And I knew that it had so much potential where, just because of how they're designed in universe they were designed to be a good action figure. They have all these, hinges that are visible on the design of the droid to where that's where you would put the joint on an action figure. And I was so excited. And I saw a comment earlier after it got revealed on someone's comment section where they posted this photo saying, I can't believe a year ago today our only separatist droids were the B1. This year This year we have gotten the B2, the Droidica. We got the Magna Guard in like November of last year, so it's within a year. We've got the commando droids have been revealed. I mean, the Separatists have been getting some hella reinforcements this year.
Yeah, I also really liked. I think it was Hope was the one that was talking about this on the stream. She was talking about how their big focus on this one was giving it as much articulation as possible to make it accurate to the Clone Wars.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm going to try and dissect it right here and now. I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Obviously, a ball at the top of that. There's a visible hinge right there. I'm sure it swivels there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a hinge on a pin here. Probably not butterfly joints. I can't imagine.
No.
It probably doesn't have to be. It has so much range.
Single jointed elbows that I'm sure swivel above at the bicep and at the forearm. And I'm sure those hands swivel. They look like they both hinge in and out. I think that's acceptable.
Yeah.
The abdomen, I don't think there's anything happening there, but there's definitely a swivel here.
Mm-hmm.
Those hips.
They said something about the ab crunch. I can't remember what they said.
I can't see how
they didn't show it off though.
Yeah, right. They did say. I don't remember exactly what they said. They said something's going on right there.
Yeah, they said something about the ab crunch or at the torso, but I can't remember what they said.
Maybe it swivels at the bottom and at the top, so you can just like turn it around for your crunch.
Yeah.
Maybe. But obviously there's ball joints on the hips. You can see the knees swivel there, and they're single jointed knees. And then of course you'll have your forward facing peg on a swivel for the ankles. But
I really hope that those feet aren't too small. I hope it's like with the Super Battle Droid where I was worried.
Yeah.
And then I was really pleasantly surprised with the B2. I hope this is the case because, again, this figure was one of my all-time favorite 3 3/4 figures as a kid. I had 3 of the commando droids, and I loved to play with them. And I'm so happy also, even though it's not painted at all, I'm happy that we did also get the vibro blade with this.
Yeah. The feet, even if they're small, that does not matter as long as they don't do the detents that are on the B1 battle droid. Because the B1 battle droid, you can't just bend that swivel. It's got spots that it snaps into, and none of them are flat foot. It's leaning a little forward or leaning a little back.
Yep.
And there's just no way to get it to stand with a good center of balance. If you have little feet with a free moving hinge in there that's stiff, it'll be okay. You know, you can make it work. I will say, and Tommy said, the vibro sword isn't getting any points from me. I'm happy. I'm not really going to have him using it anyway, but it is missing a lot of details. And even if you weren't going to paint it, I don't like the choice of almost white. Like it's very.
It looks like a 3D printed part that no one. They were just like, oh, we're going to throw it in there.
Right. And I hate having anything bad to say about this because the rest of this figure is gorgeous.
Yeah.
But that is not it.
Oh, and you can see the swivel at the top of the knee in this photo.
Yeah, you can. How it's hidden in there. So
great.
So yeah, I mean the sword isn't doing it for me. I'm not even gonna have it on the back. I'm gonna have it in the parts bin, and I'm gonna have the rest of mine holding the blasters. And that'll be all right. And maybe if I need to break Commander Cook out into a cold sweat, I'll just randomly send him a bag of vibro swords to paint.
Yeah, there's we got Cheesy Napkin in here, and then Doug.
Yep, we got Doug. How you doing?
What's going on, Doug?
We got Cheesy. Can't wait to catch you on the box later. I hope you'll be on. So, but yeah,
I don't know if I've recovered from Heroes versus Villains last night.
Dude, Hybrid, we had probably the most depressing, most demoralizing night of Battlefront I've had probably in a really a year. It was awful. Every mode we played, every match we got into was just getting absolutely pummeled. Like not even just kind of losing, just getting absolutely destroyed.
It was like one of those matches where we played 7 in a row, lost every one, and you went 2-20.
Actually, Hybrid, it was so bad that we left mid-game on Geonosis on Galactic Assault.
Yeah.
That was how bad it was.
And we were playing the clones, too.
We left mid-match.
You poor victims.
Yeah.
Got to call Olivia Benson on the SVU for you guys. But, oh, man. And I guarantee you'd say no if I said let's play co-op, because God forbid we don't get touched for one match.
Not clones. I'll play any other faction.
We can talk about that tonight. So they did say that the Prince Caesar, Bakara, and the Commando Droid are fan channel in Amazon and Pulse, available on shelf spring 25. The Commando Droid, I don't know about the others. The Commando Droid is already on Amazon, and I've already pre-ordered 6. So,
oh my gosh!
I pre-ordered Bakara and the Commando Droid through Big Bad.
Same. I got 3 of the Commandos on Big Bad and got Bakara.
So, dude goes, "Oh my god!" and still army built. We know you're going to get there in the end, dude. I gotta have one row of Commandos mixed in.
You're putting words in my mouth. I said, "Gosh."
Right. So we got the Gamer Zone. How you doing? And Doug used to be a Destiny god, still pretty good in Crucible. I never got into Destiny. I know it was popular. There's a lot of games I haven't played. I very recently popped my Halo cherry. I mean, it's, I have not played a lot of the most popular stuff, so we're getting there. And someday I'll let Hunter play Halo 5 with me.
If I may talk a little bit about army building, if we got a sec.
Yeah. Take all
my thoughts on like army building are like, I try to balance numbers, right, based off of like how rare of a trooper I think it is, like in universe, right? So I have the most B1s. Second most, I have like 6 B2s. And then I'm going to go like 2 Magna Guards, 2 Droidicas. And then for the Commandos, I got 3. Because I figure like a team leader with like 2 squad mates would be like a good...
You got to do 4 or 5.
Yep. No.
Because in the Clone Wars show, they roll up in squads of 4 or 5 most of the time.
Yep.
Yeah, it's fair. But like maybe I'm collecting like a scale army, not like a, like not a 1-for-1 numbers to numbers like army, unless it's the 212. Because if it's the 212, I'm collecting like the whole like attack battalion.
So, they say that 1 Jedi is worth 100 battle droids,
dude. Okay, I was gonna say this before. How cool is it going to be to, like, if you want to do like some figure photography or something, or if you just like displaying your figures in like dynamic action scene, whatever poses, how cool is it going to be to do like a Clone Wars display, and you have like Anakin and Ahsoka and Obi-Wan fighting some commandos that have their swords out while the like clone troopers deal with like the B1s and the B2s.
Well, it won't make sense because we need seasons 3 through 7 or season 3 through 6 Anakin and Obi-Wan, and we need an earlier seasons Ahsoka because the current Clone Wars Ahsoka and Anakin and Obi-Wan don't match.
They don't mesh.
That is true.
Yeah, hate to be that guy.
And Disney won't touch Tube Top Ahsoka. They won't do it. They have no balls. So
bro's gotta talk to Commander Cook to do a custom. I wonder
Can you turn this Polly Pocket into a early season Ahsoka real quick?
Bro's gonna be working on that tube top Ahsoka custom, and his mom's gonna walk in and be like, "What's this?"
Well, sorry, Mom. Hybrid said he wanted it to have removable clothes. I can't do anything.
He said it's not a Barbie. We don't not paint those parts.
What is this, Mattel? This is Commander Cook.
No.
Maybe when they come out with Shock T, he'll hook me up with a Force Unleashed one.
There we go.
Yeah, Cook, I'm actually going to commission you a Darth Talon next. Actually, you know what? I'm going to get Doug's shirtless Asajj Ventress figure done,
Yeah, I actually need a post Tusken gangbang Shmi Skywalker. So if we can get that like on the cards here, like we'll be good.
Oh man.
So ordinarily, I wouldn't really cover the TVC stuff, but can we acknowledge that they actually cooked a little bit? Like,
okay, bro, let me just say I did pre-order as I get all the TVC clones. I did pre-order the not Lieutenant.
I don't get how they're not acknowledging this. Like, it's not a Lieutenant. It's a 501st.
I literally, when this got revealed, Hunter was like, "Oh, they named it wrong again." I said, "Can't wait to hear Hybrid get mad about this for the next 19 years."
Hey, I wasn't mad about it. I was just saying, like, acknowledge it. Like,
you know what I think it was? Since this came out the same year as the Black Series 2-pack, I think they were just too far along in the production line. And after they heard the backlash on the last one, they were like, it's too late. Just get it out now and be done with it.
Right. Because my very initial thought on the Black Series one was, oh, they fucked up the Lieutenant again. They got it the wrong color again, after everyone said it was wrong. And then I was like, oh, wait, this is obviously just a 501st. They didn't even put the dots on it. However, I am noticing something here. There's been a lot of speculation, and this stuff gets approved by Lucasfilm. It appears to say Teth. So
that doesn't make any sense, though. Why are there Twi'leks there?
Yeah, why are there Twi'leks on Teth?
Yeah, that's kind of
dumb. I always assumed it was Ryloth, because Ryloth was still early in Anakin and Ahsoka's journey together.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, well, are there? Because I know in the first scene with the flashback, we see the clones. I don't think we see any Twi'leks in that first part, do we?
Well, because then it cuts to what appears to be the end of the battle, and the clones are getting mediced up, and the Twi'leks are there.
Yeah, so maybe.
Or did they maybe like mislabel it as Teth being when it transitions to the Phase 2 portion?
Well,
no, because that was the Mandalore. Yeah, Siege of Mandalore.
I don't know.
I think they just don't know where they're at. So they did acknowledge also on the card backs, it was so foggy that they had to kind of touch them up a little bit so you'd actually like see the photos of the characters.
Yeah.
But these card backs look awesome. I mean,
yeah, I can see the Rex in the background on that one.
Yep.
Bro, they forgot the yellow with the brown spots and the two horns on that Anakin dude. He got a giraffe neck.
a little, and
dude, you got to see the promo photos of it.
Well, look at the promo photo there, though, and I think what it is is that Clone Wars armor, how it's like a collar, you know, it really
bro, you got to see it
on the shoulder, like
got the Yord neck.
Yeah, he's got that Yord neck, dude. I mean, you got to look at there you go. Not that angle, though.
It's a little bit. It's not horrible. It's not the worst I've ever seen.
Yeah, dude.
But I mean, it looks good for Happy Meal scale trash. I mean, something that.
Dude, look at it from the other angle.
Likeness. We'll get there. But
Anakin getting neck.
Yeah, right. But they were saying that it's mostly new, and I'm not deep enough into TVC to know what is and isn't new here, but maybe
it does look
like something.
I'm trying to think when would they have released Clone Wars Anakin?
So they did a Clone Wars Anakin.
He came out with Clone Wars Obi-Wan maybe 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago.
Even before that, it came out in the original TVC in 2011. I had it as a kid. And,
oh wow.
And then the ones that we got in TVC like 4 years ago were actually refreshes with photoreal. So they were 10-year-old, they were like 10, 12-year-old sculpts. And so, I mean, like I see like hinges on the wrist cuts there. So the arms have got to be new. It looks like it has ankle swivel there. So I think this is largely new. Or yeah,
another hyper articulated Happy Meal toy.
Right. But I think it looks good. Again, not my thing, but you know.
Oh no, it looks good. Yeah.
Same with the clone. I mean, they were saying they kind of put some little nicks in the blue to simulate battle damage, but he's really clean for a battle hardened clone. But that's okay.
Hey,
it's just like the Black Series.
I'm just gonna say shout out to the new Monday Night Figure Ball Instagram page.
Oh.
Is there a
on Hybrid's channel? Just kidding.
we like Monday Night Figure Bowl.
No, those guys are great.
So
they're streaming tonight.
Yeah, they are streaming at 9:15.
Okay, what? So they're doing like what we're doing, but after we do it, meaning they're actually stealing.
But they also have Grand Moff Tony on there. So
okay, that's cool.
They also announced theirs before we were committed. So
this was in the air because, like I said, I didn't think we were really going to see anything today.
Yeah, no.
I thought I was like, there's no reason to set up a stream for 2 mainline figures.
That was what I told Hunter today. I was like, dude, I was gonna stream this live when it was getting revealed, and I was like, nah, I don't think I'm gonna, because they're probably only gonna show like 2 figures. They only have 30 minutes.
Don't worry, your old partners did a live stream today. It was full of bird noises. So
your old partners from the blankety blank, blank cast.
like
Huda, what now?
Yeah. But
you can't speak the dead's name on this stream, dude. I don't know what you're talking about.
But so these two are mainline, and so they'll be spring 25 is when they're saying.
I did slap a pre-order on the clone.
Nice.
Cloners, rise up.
They also they pipelined at SDCC Indara from the Acolyte.
No, you're saying it wrong. You have to say it like Jedi Master Soul says. Indara.
I'm pretty sure doing that was racist, but okay. So,
that's how he says it. He says, Master Indara.
All right.
Go watch the show. You love the show so much, Hybrid.
I love the show.
How do you not know how he says
I'm
it?
just not trying. Yeah, we got Cook here.
Bro's,
I'm not trying
Bro's
to be
like,
broke. I'm just also trying not to say Osha whenever talking about her.
Bro's like, that's gotta be racist.
Yeah, I'm just like, and I'm not the guy to call you out on that. I mean, but like, oh man. Well, Indara looks dope. So I hope that the Blue Harvest collectible forever virgins of the world are finally happy to be filling a gap that the Black Series already filled. And I'm sure there will be Instagram rage stories for years about wanting the Bad Batch, even though you let the one you got go to Ross.
I can't wait for Blue Harvest Collectibles' next post to be about how come we don't get the bartender from the opening scene in The Acolyte yet? How come we don't have that? Balance the scales.
He's like,
do they have a commando droid?
No.
Do they have a Bakara?
No.
No.
W like, Black Series, dude. W.
He's like J. Jonah Jameson slamming his fists on his desk, demanding pictures. Jackie! Oh, man.
If I don't get these figures, I'm gonna get mad.
Yeah, Blue Harvest has ginger vibes. But Indara looks awesome. I mean, it's just a great sculpt. It looks just as good as the Black Series in my book.
Yeah, it looks like a shrunken down Black Series. It looks good. I was telling Tommy that little communicator, dude, that's going to be the first accessory lost, dude. Oh, look at how small that is. Like, dude, really?
Got a little peg, so I'm guessing that it can be stored on the belt. And if it isn't something that I'm planning on putting in the hand of the figure, I would probably glue it to the belt. So Doug points out that they do have technically these characters in 375, but they're not TVC. They're not TVC.
Oh yeah, if you go Clone Wars, you know that figure line. Yeah, obviously, I wouldn't have asked.
Doug is what I like to call a smart man, because Blue Harvest was spazzing when Savaggio Press leaked in the Black Series, and I had never spoken to him before. And so I was like, maybe I'll just be like, hey, you got a placeholder and this is a leak. What if we get a stream in 2 weeks where they announce a TVC and a Black Series in the same go, like they're known to doing? And then he immediately was like, fuck you. The Clone Wars one doesn't fucking count. And I'm just like, we've never taught, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Dude went off. Jesus, dude. You ever just see someone that you would like to have seen a long time ago in the 93rd floor? Cause I mean, what the hell? I mean, dude was just going off. But so anyway, you finally got this Acolyte missing figure from the show that you didn't like anyway, asshole. But no, went too far. But we got Dedra. So I don't know if there was any that's his brand unhinged about. I'll say it's funny. Like,
is that no data pad I see? Ooh, DVCL. DVCL.
She still looks bad though.
Yeah, there's no data pad. Yep.
No data pad.
It doesn't matter. It'll be sitting next to the Black Series one at Ollie's. Let's be
I can't
fair.
wait to I can't wait to pick up both at Ollie's in approximately 9 to 10 months.
Yep.
Dude, nah, all these Andor fans, they're gonna make it sell out, dude.
Yeah, all the Andor fans. All 10 of them.
So Indara and Dedra are also mainline for Spring 25, but these ones were pre-orderable today. And it doesn't say pre-orderable today, but I guess you pre-ordered the clones, so I guess they're all pre-orderable today, no matter what.
Yeah, they did this weird thing where like they had a separate pop-up, like what's the word I'm looking for? Like a little thing, a little animation that popped up after the screen grabs that said,
okay,
like 4 p.m. today, you know.
3 of them are coming out next Wednesday, I believe. There were 3 that they left out because they didn't want to. I'm guessing they just didn't want, like, people probably complained about too many things being released on the same day, and then you have like the stab.
You're not paying for them. They're pre-orders,
right?
That is true. That is true. Yeah.
Don't pre-order them.
Yeah.
Well, they might they might complain about everything going up at the same time, and then like, oh, I missed out on this because I was trying to pre-order this.
They complain anyway. I'm tired.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Yeah, I don't know. And the other thing is like I've said a ton of times, just don't pre-order. Like, it'll be available. You're gonna order it at Big Bad, and then, well, not Big Bad, but you might pre-order it with Target and deal with phantom charges and stuff, and before Target gets it, you'll find it on the peg at Walmart or something. Like,
yeah,
wait until you start seeing some found reports. Like, for all of you that just pre-ordered IG-12, he's showing up at Walmart as of today. I'm going, as soon as the stream's over, I'm going to Walmart and looking for IG-12. Like,
I will say this is kind of fun. This is kind of fun too now. Like, if you got the Jedi Survivor, like Cal Kestis, like disguise figure, like, and you do a head swap on that, you can have like male and female ISB officers now. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah. So there you go. You got some base bodies for customs. Speaking of Jedi Survivor, we got Dagan Gera here. So I have not played Survivor yet. I don't have a next gen comp.
I think I'm the only one here that has. Yeah.
I watched because I did not want to deal with spoilers and I want to know the story. I found someone on YouTube that did a playthrough of the game without using a mic, so I could just experience it without commentary. And so I have a rough idea of it. I haven't rewatched it in like the 2 years that the game's been out. I'm hoping for a good Black Friday special this year to hopefully get an Xbox One X, because I refuse to not have the disc drive. But Survivor will be a pickup for me, hopefully in the next couple months.
I will say with this figure, I mean, there's a part of the game that I don't know if it's really spoilers if y'all want to hear, but it just has to do with his character. Okay, so with the Holocom figures being out, I feel like in the game, he ends up using both hands, even though the one hand or the one arm, is cut off. Yeah, he ends up like using the Force to like create like a Force arm, and he can like wield like dual wield with it. Then, so he has like a clear or whatever, like see-through Force arm, and I feel like they could have used that Holocom technology to like make a Force arm and like have it be like a swappable piece, maybe.
Especially because his double-bladed lightsaber comes in 2 halves.
Right. So like it's not like you can pose him like throwing one half and then like holding on to the other half. So like I don't know why they bothered making it split like that. Unless I think the only reason is to like maybe so you could have him like single wield one and then also have it put together so it's like a double blade, and you have the option to do one or the other. And it's like, instead of doing it like with Riva, where they do like 4 different hilts and like how many different blades, they just decided to do this.
Right.
Yeah, I mean it's weird. Like because I'm with you, I remember that from what I saw, where even if it was like a clear arm that you could unpeg,
Yeah.
the Wampa back in the day or something, maybe you lose the hinge because it's just a pin that goes in, but at least you can do something. But
well, because they show his like sleeve, it's like tucked in underneath his chest, right? It's like blanked off on his side there, and then it's like tucked in underneath his like chest poncho, whatever you want to call that.
Right, make it like a removable cover that then you can stick
right, like it pegs off, and then you could put like whatever, like butterfly, or maybe not a butterfly, but like just an arm to just peg in, yeah, like a clear arm. I think that would have been cool. Maybe somebody will do something like that. Maybe they'll Dremel a hole and steal a holocom arm off of a figure and make it into like a custom,
yeah, that'd be cool.
Force arm. Maybe somebody could do that.
Yeah, if we ever got some like a holocom figure where it was like actually like instead of like Vader arm. Well, Clone Wars Maul had the glove. I guess it wouldn't be bad. I was thinking almost more like a Dagobah Luke or something, where it was just all skin. Where if there was ever a holocom arm that was all skin.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
If they do the Emperor would be all right, because that's just a very basic sleeve with a hand.
Right.
Yeah, that's something to think about. I'm with you. But
I mean, that's kind of a good idea. I kind of want to do that now.
Yeah, I mean, he looks really good though. I do be liking what we be seeing here. But it's a good looking figure.
Yeah, no, it looks really good for a gaming greats that like most of the time they use a lot of reuse. Like, he looks awesome.
Oh yeah,
I mean, such a unique figure in the line. Like, and he would look awesome next to like the Acolyte, High Republic figures.
It's his era. Yeah,
I do remember him looking more yellow though. Like, I don't remember him being that like gray tone.
Right.
Maybe I'm wrong though. Maybe it's just whatever settings I had on my TV or something.
So here we have. I'm sure y'all are chomping at the bit for some OT, some original trilogy. Yep, and that's about where I was. So.
I won't lie.
Bro's got them sunken eyes, dude. Dude's like,
the fetal alcohol syndrome Luke is looking good, man. I really, I'm loving it, man.
I just don't get why they can't get that Mark Hamill likeness.
It's definitely a guy dressed as Luke Skywalker. I'm
gonna show my meme. I made a meme. Y'all get to look at it again. It's fucking Bieber. It's young. It's the likeness. It's what it is.
He's mewing.
Dude, it looks like he's mewing, dude.
It's the same jawline. It's the same haircut. It's the same color of hair.
Okay, I do like the texture that they added onto his neck with whatever collarbone, instead of just being smooth plastic and being boring. They tried to sculpt and make it look pretty good actually. It's just the face is off, man.
I think I might pick this up for my Battlefront 2 display, because this is probably my favorite appearance to use of Luke for when I play Battlefront 2. So I actually might end up picking this up for that.
I'm gonna be like Landspeeder Luke. All right, guys. Today I'm reviewing the Black Series Farm Boy Luke. I have a head from Fett Clone. We're gonna put that on immediately out of the box. We're not even gonna acknowledge the Hasbro head. And,
okay, well, Hunter and I were saying though, because when they showed the one on the table, the face looked better than these promo shots did. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It looked visibly better.
I'll pull up.
Yeah, this.
Yeah, the tape.
It's nice and fuzzy, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it just looks. Yeah.
And
maybe it doesn't look like Mark
Hamill,
but it looks better.
Maybe in person it's better. I'll say from the neck down, they've done everything right. The original baggy poncho scrap of sock material they used, wasn't great. I'm glad that they finally just done like every other Luke action figure ever, and did sculpted. He looks like he's got some good articulation. I mean, two-handed saber poses. I love to see it.
He would also be a really fun one to put like that helmet on, the pilot helmet with the blast shield. Like,
right, because then it hides the fucked up not Mark Hamill face.
I mean, that would look really cool on this one. Because you could have him like holding his saber really cool, and it would look nice.
Figuarts free painted head by Frederick's Figures. That's going to stay on my shelf, Luke. But what one do you think is better? This is all said respectfully, Luke. Your customs are awesome. I love seeing it. But
I also got these boots made of real leather that were made for me by a handcrafted smith out in Australia.
Right. Oh man. But I mean, I'm here for this. It looks all right. I mean, other than the head. I mean, from the neck down, I think it's a great figure. And the thing is the other Luke that we had, that head was worse than this. We're course correcting in the right way.
I agree.
I mean, it is what it is. Something that I'm not as here for whatever reason, there's less pretty promo photos, is the new Leia.
I am really interested to see what the figure looks like with the hood on, because I might get this figure with the hood on to put on my Rogue One shelf.
Okay, yeah.
So, because she shows up at the end and she has the hood on. You know what's interesting too? It looks like the collar comes off and you put the whole neck into the hood here.
Yeah, it looks like a process. So where I'm at, and the hood up is going to be the improvement here. I did not mind the soft goods Leia that we already had. Like,
she's traffic cone.
Right. I mean, it was so the material was kind of like a stretchy plastic, and then they tailored it to where it was snug, to where like if you're articulating it, you're stretching it, but otherwise it was a very well done soft goods application. And like, this looks good standing straight up, and it only looks good standing straight up. And it's like, you can't pose her crouching in front of R2 giving her the plans or giving him the plans,
or like shooting stormtroopers in the detention center hallway, like trying to like
it's like trying to use a power of the Force figures. The arms can go straight forward, and that's you can have her in a pose, but she's standing straight up, and it's not a problem per se. I mean, for certain poses, but the other one had a good photo reel in the archive. Like, I personally, I didn't need this update, and so it's probably a pass. But it does look good.
It did look like, in the shots that they showed it on the table, that there were like slits in the side that like you could get the legs to like spread out.
Yeah.
But also like you're not gonna have her like stick her legs out, and then the dress is like, the dress was like complete, like she wouldn't be like sticking her leg through the dress. So like it's gonna be real weird with that sculpt.
Right. And then the other thing is, when you do away with the soft goods and you do it like this, man, you can see every joint, in that white dress. And it, again, I mean, I'm not saying it's bad, but I think the original one was just a very, very, very well done soft goods application. Yeah. To the point that I don't want to upgrade from the archive to this.
It's kind of funny because for me, I really like this new Luke from the neck down. But for this one, I really like from the neck up. I like the face, and I like this little hood. Yeah. And it looks like it's sculpted. But then again, if I put this on my Rogue One shelf, she's only going to be standing straight up and down.
Yeah,
right.
That's what she does in the movie. So I'm actually, we'll see. I'm going to review it when I get it, and we'll see.
And it's going to be like I showed, like the Mon Mothma. Like Mon Mothma can do this, and this is all Mon Mothma.
Yeah.
Can do.
Yes, correct.
And that Leia, is going to be able to stand there. We're going to see her standing next to Vader watching Alderaan get blown up. That's the only pose she can do. Or
maybe you could have her like at a diplomatic meeting or something, meeting with Mon Mothma,
a diplomatic.
And they're both
meeting,
just like standing there.
Diplomatic mission to Alderaan.
If this is a diplomatic meeting, where's the ambassador?
You're on a diplomatic mission to Alderaan. You are part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor. Take out
Bro, that's Oh, that's pretty good.
It actually was. Yeah.
Dude, I'm impressed. That was pretty good.
A New Hope Vader, I don't think he had the voice where he eventually got it for the rest. It's a little higher, but you nailed like Tannen
Dude,
4 Vader.
I love quoting that scene. Like Jen always makes fun of me to people because I just sometimes walk around and I start just blurting out like random things or like quoting things. And sometimes I'll just walk around
Tommy.
and I just start quoting like that whole sequence.
You are part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor. Take her away is just a great line to throw to anyone when you want to mindfuck them in an argument. Your boss gives you a direction. You're a part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor. Take him away. Oh man. But yeah, I mean,
or you could be like, you are as stupid as you are clumsy.
Switch, it's flopped. It's flopped.
Right.
Oh yeah.
You are stupid,
bro. Cloner, just shows you what kind of fan I am.
So they say that these are all mainline spring 25 estimated release, which means we'll probably see them in like November, December.
And then for some
they
reason,
said spring.
And then for some reason, they're up for pre-order next week. I don't know why.
Yep.
Yeah, that's weird.
Spring, Hunter. I just said it says spring.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You got to use your listening ears. So,
you know, I saw Yakface post. So these guys are a mainline wave with the Vernestra and the Basil, and then a sixth character that has not yet been shown.
Savage Opress.
I'm thinking Dash Rendar.
That'd be cool too. So
Nude Chimere.
Let's go.
Or Darth Plagueis, huh?
Maybe.
Or as far as the casual fan would know, weird bald dude in a cave.
So. And then, right as Blue Harvest Collectibles started going, why did they get it instead of me? Limited collection Luke Farm Boy. So yeah, meltdown averted. He didn't get a Leia. Well, they got Traffic Cone Leia a few months ago, so they got a Farm Boy Luke, and in my book, he looks probably just as good as the Black Series one. It's not a great Mark Hamill. That might even be better than ours. I don't know. I might
think it is. That. I would say so.
His droid collar is actually removable from the belt. So there you go. You've one-upped me, Blue Harvest Collectibles. I'm going to sell all my Black Series now. But that classic Luke card back from way back in the day.
I like when they do that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
It looks good. It looks good. And then they showed off. This is actually kind of cool,
dude. Hunter and I were kind of making fun of it at first, and then when we saw you could mix and match it, we were like, "Okay, this is actually cool."
We were talking smack on it. We were laughing when we saw that picture. We're like, "Oh, wall."
and initially, same. I was kind of like, it's just a weird little corner thing that you can put outside of your cantina. But the fact that it's modular, like entirely, is cool. I mean, that's a different rearrangement there. You can take the droid eye on the post off. I mean, that's everything laid out with your crates and everything. I mean, that's actually neat because you could buy 2 or 3 of those. Yeah, like they showed right there, and it doesn't look bad.
Dude, and if they make this in any way, like make it so it attaches to the HasLab, like the serious people that got the cantina are going to be like, they're going to feel like, oh, well, I'm obligated to buy at least 2 of these. You know,
HasLab DLC, they EA'd you.
Yeah, so this $500 HasLab, you know, when they get all the TVC figures that, you know, come out, the future releases, it's gonna turn into $1,000 HasLab, you know.
Well, dude, they already did it. They just re-released the 7-pack of the Biff band.
Yeah.
On fan channels, they're now doing all the whole crew. They're gonna sell you separately from that scene with Obi-Wan, Luke, and Han and Chewie. You know,
oh, that's their return to Tatooine thing. That's completely unrelated. But your cantina will be filled before the cantina shows up.
But hey, more power to the collectors, because that playset is meant to be filled, and it's cool that they're giving you stuff.
That's true.
Not just to put inside the cantina, but also to build around it.
Yeah, and even some of these accessories you could stick in there too.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be honest, the TVC guys are all old heads. I mean, they love this stuff. You know, they love their world building. They love their hallway play sets. And these are cool. And you got to get out of the cantina mindset too. This would look good with your Book of Boba Fett figure. Yep. This would look good with your Phantom Menace, like
Mando.
Mando. I mean, this is the thing that you stick Din and Boba and some pikes that you don't have in that line.
You know, I will say too, that I can only imagine how we would feel if we did 3 3/4 collecting and we've been in the game for 40, almost 50 years. I would be excited to get something like this instead of just another redo of another character.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
This is cool. I mean, and the other thing, and just throwing it out there, allegedly Hasbro pays attention to creators. And while we only have 12 viewers right now, the rewatches on Talking Toys actually do pretty good. So should anyone ever hear, as a Black Series guy, I would like some of these hallway type play sets.
Me too.
The Tantive 4 hallway, like take that vintage collection one and just upscale your digital model and send it. Like I would buy it. The light cruiser hallway one that they showed at SDCC, I would buy all of these. These would be cool, especially if they did them in chunks that would fit like in the back of a Detolf, which is kind of like the standard collector size shelf. Like that would be cool. I would buy these, Hasbro, like up them a little bit. And well, like maybe not. I mean, they get a lot of them. Like even if we just got like one, here and there, like. They're dipping their toes in with vehicles again. It's time to throw us one die. We didn't. The Black Series guys didn't buy the original vehicles before. I acknowledge that's why we're not getting as many now. But like we've never been given a chance for a diorama piece. Like let us at least let that go to Ollie's before you don't offer it. Like
I also refuse to believe that Black Series fans didn't want those vehicles at all. I think that it was, or that Black Series fans don't want vehicles and that they didn't show up. I think it was the era at which these vehicles and the choices that they made and which ones they took them from. Sequels being a big part of it, but also the original trilogy. You look at Black Series fans. They're I think prequel vehicles, if they would have tried it, would have done really well and they wouldn't have given up and then now having to come back to it.
Right. And the vehicles they did were weird because, and I've been with Black Series since day one. I know that y'all jumped in around Mando. So as someone that was watching Shartimus Prime and the Foosh and everyone that was doing reviews in like that 2014-15 era, the reaction I remember to the First Order TIE Fighter, the biggest thing we had was the Scout Trooper Speeder and Jabba, and those were $39.99. And the TIE Fighter was like $200. It was like $175 or something. And I just remember everyone being like, wow, that's the most expensive thing in the line by a lot. And it was a 2-year-old figure line, and they were counting on the hype of the sequels. And
sticker shock.
It was sticker shock. It was a big bite. I think that a TIE Fighter as a HasLab would do good, but I think it was too early. And then the other vehicles, the Luke Land Speeder, the Ray Speeder, those were $50. Those were fine. I bought them all day of. The only one that I waited on a sale on, just because I didn't even really want it, but when I finally found it for $20, I had to have it, was the Enfys Nest Speeder from Solo.
It's a good one.
And it was just, I mean, it's cool, but it's just not, it didn't strike me as iconic. It was just kind of like, I wasn't even going to get it. And then I went to some like bin store, and they had like a stack of them for like $15 or whatever. And I was like, I'll buy it for 15, like for the figure. But we got a Stuck in Carbonite popping in. How you doing?
Hey.
But yeah, I think, like people have shown up for the speeder, and that's the other thing. So we've been being nice to the Happy Meal kids, Fig. Tone it down.
Dude, there is something I want to say about this set before we move on from it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Me and Tommy were clowning on this. We thought it was funny, dude. This Jawa must have been on the same planet as Mando, after the Mudhorn, and dude has PTSD from when he met Mando. Because, dude, Second Amendment edition, that dude's packing heat. He's got three guns, dude, and he's got a friggin' ammo bandolier strapped to him, dude.
Yeah, Jawa Second Amendment edition.
Yeah,
he's like, I'll die before I'm caught unarmed. Don't tread on me, Jawa.
Don't tread on me, Jawa.
Don't Houdini on me.
Oh man. They were talking that this is like their favorite Jawa card art, and they just did it because they thought it was funny because this is the outside of the cantina wall, and they were just like, he went too hard and he's napping outside.
Dude, they were like, yeah, you can see the hairy arms that Pelimoto talks about. And I'm like, yeah, that boy got them gorilla grippers for real, dude. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. That Jawa had a rough day. He stays strapped. Oh, man.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
I almost want it just to have this meme card back, like straight up. like if anyone's gonna like, I'll actually throw this out in the chat now. If we got any TVC heads in here that are buying like a few of these, and you all part with a Jawa on card, talk to me.
I only have one Jawa, and it's from the crest on card.
I would take this just because it's funny, It just because it's just something I would stick on the wall up above my desk with my kind of random meme things.
Dude, that Jawa went. Dude, I met this one guy that said weapons are my religion, and he spoke Jawa. He spoke Jawa, and he sounded like a Wookiee.
And then the pig man made us give us parts back. Oh man, but
he got a couple of my buddies disintegrated them.
But the Luke's mainline fan channel, Amazon and Pulse for the Streets of Tatooine Spring 25.
Boom.
So, I mean, these are cool. I'm not a TVC guy, but y'all ate this stream. I mean, this was well balanced. This is a good. This wasn't a one Black Series and 10 TVC or a 10 TV or one TVC and 10 Black Series. It was a pretty fair stream.
Yeah.
But then they did one more, and they actually brought on Emily Swallow to talk about the Armorer's roleplay helmet.
Dude, that was cool. When she pulled up, I was calling it out instantly. I'm like, dude, if she's doing something for the armor, they said something special. I'm like, dude, it's got to be a helmet.
Yep. And it's cool. I'm glad that we're getting it. It's one that I kind of have kind of wondered why we haven't gotten yet. And
yeah, true.
I mean, it looks very well painted and well sculpted. And they gave you one of those little blinking, like red lights or something inside of it so they can pretend it's electronic and charge you another $40. They didn't have to. And they were saying something that there's like yellow flashing lights by your eyes.
Yeah.
Like forging.
The only other one I can think of that did that was the Luke Skywalker helmet does that. It makes like green lights flash in front of your visor to simulate like TIE fighters coming in and shooting at you while you're like flying your X-Wing.
That's cool.
The Poe Dameron one lets you talk to BB-8. It plays
that's pretty cool
in your ear, and then BB-8 talks, and then if you talk, it triggers another BB-8 noise.
That's cool.
So, I mean, it's a shelf piece for me, but it's cool. And but no,
I'm actually. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I just think it's awesome that they brought her on. Like,
yeah,
I agree.
I'd like to see him do that more.
I was talking to Hunter on the phone earlier before we even decided to do the stream today, where having gone to all the cons that I've gone to, and I've met basically almost the entirety of the Ahsoka cast at this point, and a bunch from The Mandalorian, and they are all the nicest people. They all were just happy to be there. And I'm just like, I'm sure they didn't have to twist her arm to get her to do this.
Oh my God, no.
And I'm just like, man, if they ever do, a Black Series Force Effects Elite Ezra lightsaber from the Ahsoka series, call him on. Like, dude geeked when he saw he had a Lego minifigure. Like, call any of these actors, because it was just, I didn't think on Pulsecon that we'd see Emily Swallow unboxing a helmet. Like, and I mean, I'm just like, she was just so happy. It was contagious. Like, I was just like, she had a good time. It was fun to watch.
I will say, I feel like it works for like a helmet because there's really not much to show off except for like what it looks like. You know what I mean? But like, I feel like some items, like, if you got into like a HasLab or a vehicle, or like if they came out with like a Carson Teva X-Wing and gave it to the actor Paul, I can't think of his last name, but like I feel like celebrities wouldn't be able to articulate all all the features, like, and tell you everything about it. Like they'd be like, "Oh, this looks really cool," But like with a helmet, it works really good,
Well, she didn't talk about. I mean, she was like, "It's electronic," and she didn't talk about the flashing lights or whatever. But after her video segment ended, then they were
right. It's true. Yep.
And it's like, I mean, like if they did I'm gonna say the Ezra lightsaber from Ahsoka, like I guarantee Amon would just light it up and spin it around and then tell the story about how he didn't want to make lightsaber noises on set, and his thing was he got yelled at for making the blaster noises instead, which was a great story that apparently he tells everyone, but I felt special hearing it from him. But we got Evan. You're saying that Emily was armored up right beside him at GalaxyCon, and the helmet is fire.
She has a full cosplay that she wears to a lot of the cons.
Yep, and she infiltrates the 501st regularly. She'll just go walk around the booth and then take the helmet off, and everyone's like, "What?" Like,
I will say, I feel like it probably took them a while to make such a unique sculpted helmet because they wanted to like test out and see how well the helmets did. Because if you look at the ones that they did, they've all been like basically repaints.
A lot of them. They did that prototype boba, and then at that point they could do the Death Watch.
Or I mean, at that point, the budget saved on making new helmets and just painting them probably helped.
Right, that's what I mean. Yeah. But
and
also, like, I feel like helmets also haven't sold very well in the past. I see them going on sale like constantly.
Much more select audience for them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they might be figuring that out a little bit too, because I feel like I've not been seeing them. I don't see them at Target anymore.
Maybe they just produce less of them. You mean?
Yeah, I think they. They didn't post the photo of saying where it's at.
I think it's fan channel.
Yeah, and which is the move. I mean, make it limited, kind of like do a release it next summer. That way you have a big window for pre-orders, and then don't even make it until in a month when you're like, oh shit, we've got 7,000 pre-orders. Let's just make 12.
Right.
And with this one, I'll probably play clearance chicken on it. Same. I'm not like super into the helmets, and like I don't want to pay like $130 some for this, but I mean, like recently I've gotten like the Bo-Katan helmet for like $70, and like the Sabine Wren helmet at GameStop, I got that with with like points and stuff. I got that for like $75. So like at that price, I'm okay with it. And like honestly, if I play clearance chicken, I don't feel bad about it, because if the helmets ended today, I wouldn't really care, because it's not like a huge part of what I collect.
Right.
So like I would rather just get a good deal on it, because it's not like something I'm dying to get, but if I saw it go for like double digits, I'd probably get it.
I got my white prototype Boba Fett helmet at GameStop. It was either $50 or $60.
Yeah.
And they ran one of those bag sales they used to do where you buy the tote bag for $5 and everything you can fit in it was like 50% off.
Yeah.
But they didn't care that it didn't fit in the bag. They were like, just go grab all the shit you want and we'll ring it out. And and then I had like some rewards points, my $5 monthly coupon. I got it down from that like $130 to like $50 basically. It was pretty good.
And then bro got home and went, oh no, it doesn't fit on my head.
Actually, one of the rare ones that do. It's weird. It is snug, but if I like put my hands on the ears and just slightly squeeze, it glides on, and then when I let go, it has no wiggle room at all, but it does fit. My nose is on the visor.
Bro takes it off, coming out looking like Lord Voldemort.
But with that, there were no pipelines.
No pipeline, which was surprising.
You know,
I was hoping for it, but like that's just wishful thinking. And
but the reveals were so banger that I was okay with no pipeline.
Yeah,
exactly.
And the thing is we still have so many things in the pipeline right now anyway. I'm okay if they, because I mean, remember like 2022 when like they had like 30 figures in the pipeline, and then they would do a live stream and they would show us like 4 and then pipeline like 10 more.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I mean, is this the pipeline series or is this like a live stream series? Like it was
then you had Jesse and Kiati Mundi, you know, so you could just count it as 20 because those two took like 2 years to actually like show up.
So, but yeah,
because didn't Yak post recently like if all the pre-orders like processed right now and shipped, it'd be like, what was it, like almost $800,
$750 some.
Yeah,
right.
So yeah, we didn't need to add to the pipelines and, you know, like more stuff to come. I mean, like obviously there's more stuff that's going to come, but
yeah, no, there was enough today, and especially for a live stream that was not about Star Wars, it was about Hasbro products in general. I feel us Star Wars fans, both TVC and Black Series, all got a pretty healthy dose of everything, and it was widespread. We got some Disney Plus, we got some original trilogy, we got a little prequel love. Time to start sprinkling some sequel love in there. I know I'm in a minority, but still, like it was a pretty well spread, well divided, stream. I was really happy with it.
Yeah, me too. I was happy. I pre-ordered some stuff and I didn't have to, break my wallet, and I also got to buy the Stap, So
Yep. So we got the Wax Series pipeline and TVC your way out. So, ooh. I guess he was listening. 212 is gone. So I guess with that said, I don't really have a lot of other talking points.
Neither do I.
And this is largely just to recap the stream, and I figured it'd take an hour, and here we are an hour and a half in. So
boom.
I think I might be there. Tommy, are you?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm working some overtime tomorrow morning, so I gotta go sleep pretty soon here if I want to get a good night's rest.
Yep, and I'm gonna have to send Hunter a text that we ended without him because it was about time anyway. But I guess thanks everyone for watching. I always enjoy doing these emergency live streams. Thank you, Tommy, for jumping in.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. Hunter's back.
Sorry, I'd use the bathroom. I couldn't hold it.
Oh well, we're ending anyway, so there you go.
Yeah, we were about to wrap. Okay. Yeah, I was like,
I wanted to show a couple things quick.
Oh,
that's okay. I don't have to.
Next time, because we're about halfway to the next stream anyway.
18 days till ICC Con.
19? Didn't Cook say 19? 18. Oh man.
18.
The real question is how many paychecks till ICC Con?
Yeah. I'll do that calendar math right here because I get weekly, but
I think I have one more after this before ICC Con.
As long as you're doing the calendar math.
Yeah.
I got these this week.
Nice.
Fire.
I have 2 paychecks before. However, I also have a couple little side gigs I've been doing to try and raise a little bit of scratch. And as my friends here know, I have not been on the Xbox as much lately, but it's so that we can have a really good week when we're in Nashville.
Hybrid B, days never finished.
I've been renovating a house and building a porch and anything else I can come up with between now and then. And yeah, it's just been a whole thing. But yeah, so I'm about there. So as always, remember, join the Hybrids Cantina Discord. The link is in the description.
Do it.
So check out Blitz Transmissions on YouTube. He's linked in the description. Check out 212 Hunter on Instagram, also linked in the description down below. Just check it out. There's a lot of cool stuff going on down there. And I will see everyone next time. The next stream should be from ICCC. The first Wednesday of October is the day that we are traveling to Nashville. So we should be in the Airbnb by then.
Heck yeah.
Hyped. Yeah.
That'll be cool. And we'll all be live streaming from the same place. But, well, Hunter won't be. He won't be there yet.
Yeah, right.
This will be
we'll figure it out. But, so, Hybrid buying a $500 Star Wars coat the day before ICCC.
Quad pay, but Hybrid doesn't have red hair. He can't do that.
If I ever do something as ridiculous as buying a $500 jacket, slap some sense into me, please. So I love my $20 Walmart hoodie. That has kept me nice and warm. So, and
I can't wait. I can't wait to see him show up in like a Corellian boss cosplay with like a cooler full of Lunchables for the weekend.
Yeah. I mean, I've thought about some like Star Wars light clothing, because like there's like a pin that I can print that's like the little like chest badge that like everyone seems to have in Star Wars, and I'm like, I could get like a gray jean jacket at Walmart and put like a rebellion patch on the shoulder and put one of those, and then you know it's in universe at that point, you know. But we'll see. There might be some very budget friendly fun stuff at ICC. But sure. Thanks again, everyone. Thanks y'all for joining. We'll see y'all next time. Till then, may the Force be with you, and goodbye.